All right, welcome back to Dan's Trades. As always, informational, educational, entertainment purposes only. Never trade advice, not financial advice. Do your own research. Do a little quick review of trade I took today, just for my own personal video journaling, and you get to be the benefactor of it if you so shall see fit. Reinforced a lesson that I've been following that I forgot to do today, and entering before the 30-minute opening range is established. So I entered inside of this macro, seeing this balanced price range and the respect for it. I took some long entries right in here, and we'll see that right here. There's the balanced price range, inversion fair value gap from this SIBI, got inverted right here, respecting it. So I took an entry at 199, at 955, added on at 195, and then added on one more time after we had this spike down, which I wasn't a big fan of, but my stop was down here, as you see where I got stopped out. So I had a pretty close stop on for an invalidation point. Respected the CE of this wick, so I added a third position into the trade, and then it proceeded to go down, and I said, that's what happens when you enter before the 10-minute or the 10 o'clock hour. So we had what I thought was established with this change of state of delivery on a 1-minute chart. Wasn't so. I've seen more than one time now the 959 candle be involved in establishing the range, so just reinforcing that to myself is wait for the 30-minute opening range to be established before you take your trades. So I paid the price in that stop out. I got stopped out right here as it wicked below at 1012, I believe was the stop out. Let's see what that was. At 959 I actually got stopped out. Then I re-entered. Now I've seen, okay, now the range is established. I still had my bias for going long. Re-entered. Decent sized position. Wasn't really caring for this, but I rode through it. I had my stop below, reacted above, riding through this. So getting in at 10 o'clock or 20 minutes in. Finally got a partial taken off as we were clearing these highs right here. Even though this was my first entry, I now had scaled into 5, no, excuse me, that's the stop out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 contracts. As I've grown this account, my risk is now different. It's all about percentages and not dollars. So trading micros still. I'm getting close to moving over to minis, but I'm going to leverage the micros for a little bit longer. So scaled out 3 here. And my next targets were up here, up here, up here. Nice liquidity, nice liquidity. We see there's price currently right now. Came back down, added on again. I said, fine, you want to take another dive? So I added on to the position. And then I ran out of mental capital. And I just said, you know what? Enough's enough. We're in profits after this decent run up into the 190s. I was targeting 200 inside of this SIBI was the next my targets and these highs. Since I was scaled into, I think it was 28 total contracts I had on this position at this time. 22, 23, 25, 28, yep. So 3 off, then I put 3 back on this spike down, respecting this rejection block. Respected it, took one more dive into it, still respecting it. So I added on to the position. My stop's down below here, obviously I didn't get stopped out. And that's where I was done. So looking at it on the chart with the 30-minute opening indicator, had I waited until the end of so here's where my mental capital ran out. And I said, you know what, that's enough. I've been in this trade for an hour, and I was in profit. I saw this down close candle. I didn't know if this macro was going to turn around and come lower to match this one, but it did go higher, but perfectly fine with me. I had recouped my losses here back in the green, so I just closed it out. I said, you know what, I'm not going to get greedy, so I just closed it right here. That's where we see that right there. And that down close candle right there. Even though, yeah, there was a BISI right here, we had a nice, I saw this, could have very easily came down and tapped that, which it did later. So for all I knew, I was going to come back down after I saw this, not wanting to continue to take my partials. I think I had an order sitting literally like right here, which is why I started taking these off here. You see the 192. This came up to 194, so I'd move this down a little bit. And there's where it would have taken out that nice area of liquidity. And it has since when, oh yeah, I have not even looked recently. Thank you very much. So there's a good lesson. So I was doing my best, it was an hour. I've been a scalper, turned it into more of a day trader. First presentation's a nice target. We see the reaction from that. But then look what this macro is delivering. Interesting. Huh. That was ultimate terminus. But I ran out of mental capital, like I said right here. So I'm just growing. But I really am happy to see that. I had no idea I was doing that until just now because I started recording this video. So that's fun. Thank you very much. I would have been in more profits, but that's fine. I took out my profits here. That would have been a nice. I would have probably scaled all out right there because, like I said, I was out of mental capital, and I feel like waiting a whole another hour. So entering at 10 o'clock, I was out there 50 minutes. Needed to go one more hour. That's a good lesson. Have to add that to my mental. So very interesting, very interesting. All right, thanks, Mr. Market Maker. I appreciate you. And that blue area was a previously unbalanced price range that was based off of a 4-hour to 12-hour chart. And it has since traded in that overnight last night, so I'll be taking that away. That's filled in and that's done, so I can remove that now, but that's interesting to watch. And we've taken that buy side liquidity, so here we come back down retracing. Interesting. Good stuff. All right, that'll be the end of this trade review. I'm happy to see it at the end. Unexpectedly, had no idea that was coming. I thought it was still consolidating last I looked. There you go. Perfectly fine. So there's the getting in early, stopped out, re-enter, partial, add-on, mental capital exhausted. Needed one more hour. I don't know if I could live through that or not. Maybe I just need to walk away from the computer. Easier said than done. Maybe that's something to try. Just set it and forget it and walk away. All right. Hope you're doing well. Hope this helps some people. It's green. That's all that matters. The dollars don't matter. We're taking home profits. Have yourself a great day. And remember, tomorrow is promised for none of us. Live for today. Take care.